We are live. We are live. It is Monday, the 6th of February. We are in the final week of our 30-day challenge. This is Forever's Sake Daily. My name is Neodate Evans.
And I'm Nana Evans.
And today on the show, Viola Davis officially achieves EGOT status. There is a nurses and ambulance workers strike, and Vanessa Feltz splits from her fiancé Ben Ofoedu of 16 years, man. And of course, we have our parenting conundrums. So, let's start with the strike, first of all. So, today is another strike day. I think
every single week that we have done this, and this is going into our 5th week, there has been a strike.
Somebody's been striking.
Someday, somehow.
There has no week has passed where we have not said the word strike.
No, that hasn't happened. Wow.
The country's messed up. So today is I think I don't even want to scaremonger, but it's scary.
Nurses and ambulance. Yeah.
It's scary. It's scary.
Scary one.
So the NHS is facing its largest strike yet as ambulance workers and nurses in England walk out together for the first time. The strike will have a bigger impact than previous strikes as more hospital trusts are involved, leading to the cancellation of both emergency and non-urgent appointments and operations. The main ambulance unions in Wales, the GMB and the Royal College of Nursing Union, have called off the strike in Wales after considering a new pay offer from the government. The Unite Union, representing ambulance workers in Wales, says their strike will still go ahead. During the strikes, which will last 12 hours for nurses and up to 26 hours for ambulance workers, patients should still attend scheduled hospital appointments unless told otherwise, and only call 999/111 for serious or life-threatening emergencies. The NHS is working with the armed forces to support ambulance services. I remember when I was a lad, watching TVAM. I'm really showing my age now. And I remember this was the last time there was an ambulance strike.
I feel like I remember that.
It could have been a firefighter strike, but I remember them seeing all of the army trucks getting ready. And I remember just as a child thinking that was really scary.
I think you're talking about firefighters.
It was the firefighters, wasn't it? Yeah,
because they had to deploy them. I mean, we've said it, the episodes are there. This is what's going to happen until the government takes into hand what they're going to do. And industries actually they value their workers. This is what everybody's having to do. I
think in this country right now we are locked into a battle, and the working class are absolutely fighting back and saying enough is enough. We won't be treated like this anymore. Yeah. Things have to change. And the sad thing is, I don't know if sad is the right word, but in order for these things to happen, in order for change to occur, there has to be some form of sacrifice. And so undoubtedly, I mean, I haven't seen it in the headlines yet, but along the way, people will suffer because of these strikes.
Yeah.
And it's sad.
Definitely.
It's sad that that's a thing and that it will happen. And it's sad that this is what people have to do just to earn a living wage.
Yeah. I do think, especially with our health service, they're allowing these strikes to keep on going ahead so that people do get some type of fatigue and they lose compassion, and then they can usher in a private healthcare system.
And that's the game.
It's all a part of it.
Yeah.
It's you're just really weakening the service. You're allowing people to, die, and then they're going to think, actually, I've got to get private healthcare.
Yeah.
And we all have to just think about how we're feeling the pinch now with the energy prices. Think what is happening in America with pharmaceutical prices for standard things like literally just having an inhaler, how much you have to pay, your diabetes tablets, how much people are paying. Just think that will come over here.
I remember a couple of years ago watching a video on the internet, and a guy was doing vox pops in Spitalfields Market, and he was asking people to estimate the cost of particular procedures in America. So if you broke your leg, to call an ambulance, to have a baby. I think to have a baby in America is upwards of $30,000 or something like that. And it was this sheer shock
Yeah.
of everybody that he was speaking to, that these basic, like bringing life into the world.
Yeah. People aren't aware. I think the general public is not aware.
We've had it good. That's why we've had it so good.
Exactly, of how expensive it can get and how exploitative you can go down a route of when it comes to privatizing systems, and especially our healthcare. And we just have to think of what we're going through now with energy, that they can just kind of like double prices just like that.
Yeah.
And we all have to find that money. Now imagine if you have the energy people doing that, and you also had healthcare doing that as well, and what that would do to certain people. It is going to kill people.
And it's all for money. That's just like literally all just like, wasn't it last year that the BP chairman himself was like, we've made like 9 times, and
I think it came through just over the weekend. They I think it was like Friday news. It was released late in the evening that they had 32 billion in profits.
Now my thing is this:
profits.
What would happen to BP or whoever it was if they made 15 billion instead of 32 billion?
Well, we would all be on our same. We would all be paying what we was paying before, but somehow, for some reason, Germany and the UK allowed for prices to go up dramatically. Somehow, for some reason. And who does that benefit? Doesn't really benefit anybody apart from the people selling it.
Mm-hmm.
But who does that affect? It affects old people and poor people.
Mm-hmm.
And it affects us in ways where people die because they will not heat their homes because they can't afford it. So again, it's just like, as a government, I can't... Who are you here for?
Well, this is a nice depressing start to Monday morning, or Monday afternoon, rather. I mean, yeah.
These are things for us to think about when you're kind of feeling a bit complacent, or, you know, oh, this is how it is. Just remember that it's a slippery slope if we don't support people when they're striking.
We absolutely have to. And I must say, I think that the voices of dissent, my personal opinion, I think like they are getting less, or I'm just seeing them less, and I'm seeing a lot more people like in support of people striking and understanding that.
I'd love to see it.
Yeah. Talking of strikes, Vanessa Feltz has gone on strike from her 16-year engagement. It's over. Vanessa Feltz has split from her fiancé Ben Ofoedu of 16 years. That's a long ass engagement, man.
I'm sorry. I can't
be
take
nice.
it.
Be nice.
I'm just saying,
be nice.
I can't take it serious. You were engaged for 16 years. An engagement leads to a marriage, and I just don't think it should ever be 16 years long. But also, it's a good innings for them. It's alright.
Look, you know what? I'm always of the belief that if you're in a long-term relationship and it ends, and for the most part of that relationship you've had a good relationship, I think you should always look back on that time and say, I got to spend that time with this person.
16 years is an alright innings.
It's like
they did alright. I mean, he's had to move out of the £3.5 million place that they were sharing in St John's Wood.
I hope my guy was stacking, you know.
I mean,
I hope my guy was stacking. So yeah, she came online and she did a video. She told people like, I've been off Instagram for 3 weeks and this is the reason why. And so she confirmed that it was the end of the relationship, and she said that once the trust is gone, it's difficult to regain. So I think the thing is that she had been going through his DMs or whatever, and was seeing multiple conversations with people, and she decided that you're pulling a face. Why are you pulling this face?
It's just like the laughter is just unashamed.
You are not nice.
They say black men don't cheat.
Why did you take it there?
I'm just thinking, just what they say. They say that black men don't cheat. Maybe she read it wrong.
Maybe. You're right. Black men don't cheat.
Thoughts and prayers.
Wow. You know what the thing is? It's funny you said that, yeah. So the last thing here is several famous personalities, including Holly Willoughby, Zoe Ball, Myleene Klass, Carol Vorderman, and Elizabeth Day, have sent their condolences and support to Feltz. And I just thought, is that what we do now? When somebody splits up, we send condolences?
I didn't know that.
Like, it's not that deep. It's not that deep, is it? Like, condolences? Like, if I was Ben, I'd be upset about that. Like,
maybe they thought eventually she was going to get married. I don't know.
I think after like 5 years, you can safely say that there's no wedding coming. But like, she went on to say that she feels sad, disappointed, and shocked, but is determined not to let it defeat her. She expressed her gratitude for being alive and the support of her friends and family.
I mean, yeah, these things happen.
I mean, look, all right, let's, elephant in the room. Vanessa Feltz is a lot older than Ben, and when they initially got together, here's the thing. Most people, if they're being honest, looked at this, and I'm sure they're even shocked that it went as long as this did.
As long as it did.
Because, nobody felt that this was a equally yoked...
well, it's like at the time she had got divorced from her husband, who I think had also cheated and had run away with who he had cheated with, some younger woman. And then she met Ben, and then they got together. And it just seemed like a rebound flex.
Yeah.
On what was a very traditional marriage that she was in, and she had her kids with, and then she found a black male pop star. It was a bit of a weird one.
You know what?
Yeah, they lasted a while.
Okay. And I will say that on the very few times that I saw them on TV together, I actually did think like they looked kind of into each other.
Yeah, no, they seem cute. It's just...
Yeah.
Yeah, these things happen.
Well, as you said, Nana, thoughts and prayers. But moving on, we've got some nice news. And I think that's probably one of the things that's really stuck out to me over the however many weeks that we've been doing this, is the amount of following the news cycle can be quite...
Ooh, there is not too much good news that gets
really
shared in the news sphere.
There really isn't. But this is good news. So Viola Davis, who I think is amazing.
Yes.
And also her husband. I got the pleasure of having...
met them.
We met them, we did. And I had the pleasure of really having a lengthy conversation with her husband about working with your partner. And we obviously we synced and had synergies there and whatnot have you, and I told him a few things. But they are a lovely couple. So Viola has achieved EGOT status. For those that don't know, EGOT stands for Emmy, Grammy, Oscar, and a Tony. So she's now won all of these 4 major awards. She's joining only 17 other people in the world with this honor. She won a Grammy, which was the final one she needed, for her autobiography, her audiobook, Finding Me, in the Best Spoken Word category. She has previously won 4 Primetime Emmy Awards, 1 Oscar, and 3 Tony Awards. Finding Me is a deeply personal and honest account of Viola's life story. She was the first African-American woman to win the Emmy for Best Actress in a drama series. Yeah. And I just think it's absolutely well deserved. I think
she's so talented.
She's so talented, and I think every time that I've had the pleasure of listening to her speak, she talks with so much passion and conviction about being a black woman in the industry, and I think she really wears her heart on her sleeve, and you can really see the honesty in what she's saying. And I've always just got the impression of that this is a woman that really wants people to win. Yeah.
Yeah, she totally embodies that, and is super talented and hasn't had it easy. And her coming from such poverty to where she is now is just a testament to her character. That was really good news.
Can we get a pam for Viola Davis? Big up Viola Davis, EGOT status, and she long, all the flowers. So so that was some nice news. Yeah, that's some nice news on a Monday. So if you remember one thing from today's episode, remember that. Okay, remember that. Parent.
Just in addition to, I guess, like celebrity news, the Rock Nation brunch happened.
Oh,
And
I
that
want to
led
go.
up
I'm not
to-
gonna lie.
The Rock Nation brunch is basically done before the Grammys because loads of people are in LA for the Grammys, so that's why they put that on. And there was lots of notable celebrities there as usual, you know, Beyonce, Jay-Z, Kelly Rowland looking fabulous. But there was an increase of UK people there.
There was a nice UK contingent
And
there.
so that was Daniel Kaluuya,
Andrew Onwu, rap man.
Giggs was there.
What's the guy?
Leanne from Little Mix, she was there as
I didn't
well.
see her.
Yep, she was there. She has a picture. Oh, who's in her picture? Can't remember now, but Leanne has a picture with
Eric
somebody.
Abrefe.
Yeah, he was
Yeah,
there.
he was there as well.
Ella May,
Yeah.
she was there. It was just lovely seeing them. Dave Santander.
Yeah, Dave was there.
Yeah.
Guys, I think we're gonna start a GoFundMe to send your favorite auntie and uncle, i.e. us, to the Rock Nation
I don't
brunch.
even think it's just a thing of being able to buy it.
Yeah, you got to be somebody.
You got to be invited.
Yeah.
To go to the brunch. So that's a destination somehow to see if that happens. I don't know.
I think we can do it. It can happen. But yeah, no, that was. I do like the opulence. Like whenever, obviously we haven't had the brunch for like 3 years now.
I would love for there to be an equivalent.
Do you know what?
Here that grows. That is the who's who of black.
It's GRM. It's the GRM gala.
That's
No, it
young.
is. No, it's the GRM gala.
I don't think it is because it's young and it
No.
speaks to one type of movement of music. And when
No, there were actors there as well.
No, but when you look around the Rock Nation brunch, and maybe this is something to say about Black British culture here, is very youth orientated, and maybe that's because it's new.
It is new, but that's the thing. So you say it's young, and it is, but GRM Gala, like if you give it 5-10 years, people will talk about it on the same level of as the Rock Nation brunch.
Maybe.
It's just that our generation, we were forging, like we were doing the groundwork, so that the likes of GRM Gala can come through. And
we don't have the celebration that is the Rock Nation brunch, because when you look through the pictures, for one, Jay-Z is 50. But within that, of him being 50, you will see, like, Rakim will be there. You will see that there's a celebration of who came before him.
Yeah.
And then that can go up to 70 years old. We don't have that celebration here because everything is so youth culture focused.
I get that.
You're missing out on who the pioneers were. Once we can get that going, we can be intergenerational. That's where business takes place.
Do you know what was good? And I'm sad that it stopped. Screen Nation Awards.
Yeah, if they had got it right, that's right, man.
They had the. It could have been.
We need something other than the Mobos. We need, but it's why it's removing away from just an award show, because there's lots of award shows, but a brunch, getting together of people. I think the UK just needs that.
Yeah. Well, we'll see.
Great.
We'll see. I definitely would like to make it to the GRM Gala this year at least. Even if I am like the uncle in there, I don't care. I don't mind.
That hasn't struck me.
Nah, man. Yeah. I think sometimes that's the thing as well. I think sometimes we do have things on our doorstep and we don't see the value in it because it's just on our doorstep. But
Isn't that an invite thing as well?
Yeah. But I can get an invite.
Okay.
Don't watch me, blood. Anyway, moving on. We have a parenting conundrum. So this one has come from a dad forum. Okay, so it's like a dad-only forum where dads go to vent, pat people on the back, and bring their woes. So this dad goes on to say, I have a 14-year-old daughter who lives with my ex, who recently had a friend take her phone and call me, leaving a voice message telling me I just wanted to let you know your daughter is acting very horny these past few days. Pause. This boy is just a so-called friend, but according to them, it was a joke. I'm feeling very disrespected and disgusted by his actions. But wait. He also messaged her 10-year-old stepsister, basically asking for sex. My daughter has repeatedly apologized, but when I ask for his name, she has refused. Her phone is under my plan and I have easy access to cut her off if she doesn't give me a name. I have told her this and she's saying if I do, she will never talk to me again. Ah, well.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what I would do with his name. Maybe call his parents, call the police because of the message to our 10-year-old, the school because this is where it happened. I just don't know. So my question to you all is, am I overreacting? I can't help but to feel so disrespected. Like, who would say something like this to a father? How would you feel? What would you do? My guy, you are doing too much already. The fact that you had time to tap this out on the internet, you are doing too much. And you are putting your energy in the wrong spaces. I get the concern because even as I went through the comments, people were like, all right, you know, you don't necessarily, what he's done is out of order, but it's still a child and you don't necessarily want to blow up their life completely. But sometimes as children do stupid things. And as I always like to say, play stupid games, win stupid prizes.
So he said that they were in school.
So they were in school. The boy has taken the girl's phone, called her dad. What kind of brazenness?
Why would you not just contact the school?
This is what I'm saying.
I don't know who her friendship circle is.
To me, it's like even the thing of pandering to like, she won't give me a name. You not giving me a name doesn't even figure. Like, number one, so even you not giving me a name doesn't even figure. Number two, I'm taking your phone.
Yeah.
Like I'm like we're not even discussing that. Like it's gone. I've taken phones for 0.000001 of this.
I think this is that type of parenting where there's no backbone in anything, and so the child can say at 14, "I'm not telling you." Like, really, already you're on a slippery slope.
Why is that? It's not an option.
And the not talking about the ex-parent and what their stance is on this. Again, sometimes within these dad forum spaces, and just forums in general.
I was going to say, what do you know about these dad forum spaces?
I think people give a version of the story.
That's human beings. That's human beings.
Like, there's too many holes in this. I absolutely am like, it sounds like a childish prank. I don't even know if I believe that there is another person involved in this and it wasn't the daughter doing something.
But he heard a voicemail. He had a voicemail from another child. What do you mean?
I'm just saying, I don't think what he's written is what's taken place. I just think there's too many holes. What's the mother saying? Why have you not contacted the school? If it happened on school grounds, that'd be really easy. Who's our friendship group? This was what was said. The teacher would probably be able to be like, oh, it was Jack. He does things like that. It's just why are you going to a forum with it? I'm believing that there's more to this story.
My thing about coming to the forum is there are certain things that, as a parent, you should just kick into action. Like, you don't necessarily need... I would actually more understand this post if it came after. So it's like, Dads, this thing happened to me.
And I did this, that, and the other. Do you think I overreacted? Yes, definitely.
Like, I'd get that. But it's, for me, there's almost like a level of inaction in you sitting down here and saying, this has happened, what should I do? Now, it could be that this dad is in a situation where actually he doesn't even have people around him where he can call up and say, bro, like, this is what's going on, and you know. But again, you should just know that a situation like this, even if you don't have anybody to support you, and even if you're not being supported by the ex-wife, this is the moment where you, as a parent, you just kick into action. Like,
there's bits to it. Did anybody ask, why are you scared of her not talking to you?
Not that I saw.
That to me is a bit of a What have you done?
But no, I don't even think it's that. For me, I think it's more indicative of what you were saying before, of this kind of this spineless parenting where you're scared of your child not talking to you.
Yeah, but what's taken place?
No, but I get that. If you're so you're split with the mum, and maybe you're not living with the daughter full time, so you're very careful about your relationship. Like, you don't want to spoil the relationship. Like most single dads will talk about, like, you know, if they're getting their child for the weekend, you don't want to do any boring stuff because you've only got this time, and so you're using that time to really build your relationship with the child. And then it's often a thing of how the parent that spends less time is often less strict because they don't want to be the strict parent for the short time that they have the child. So as an extension of that, it may be that this father has a relaxed relationship with the daughter because
she's just taking you've just lost.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I mean, I can't disagree.
This is like
I cannot and will not disagree. It's like, yeah, no, and you know, the phone thing as well. Like, you just, yeah, I mean, 14, she you can't really get around it, but you've got to be on it in the sense that they understand what is an overstep in the first place. So even this boy having your phone, that's an overstep already.
The apologising, not saying who he is. Listen, I was 14 and I didn't have a phone.
You gonna find out today?
It's how it goes.
Yeah.
Like, it's not a right to have a phone. So, yeah, you don't know how to use a phone. You don't know how to be responsible for a phone. Your phone gets in the hands of other people and they do disrespectful things. You don't know what to do with a phone.
You lose your privilege. You lose your privilege. As simple as that.
When phones came along, you had to be 18 to have one. Remember? when
Yeah,
those came?
yeah.
And for a reason.
Yeah.
And we've kind of like moved away.
We've slided away, yeah.
So, you know, for our generation, it's like we remember when they came along. So, no, 14,
Yeah.
you don't have a right to it. It can go. If I have the plan and I'm paying for it.
That's the thing. It was like,
No, you don't have a phone.
even
anymore.
when he wrote that, it was like, you know, she's on my plan, so I can cut. It's like, Rupa, you haven't already? What are we waiting
I'm
for?
not really seeing this as an absolute disrespect.
Nah.
Really.
Nah, not me. But anyway, so to that dad, fix up.
Do better. Come on.
Do better.
Do better.
Get a backbone and regulate the thing. Like, get up to school, find out who this you is, deal with it. Like, there was a conversation in the comments about whether you deal with it through the police or the school. Like, so I kind of giving the kid a bit of a break.
I would do it through the school.
Yeah.
Especially if it happened on school property.
Yeah.
I'd be like, this took place on your property, and the school deal with it.
Yeah. I think the best advice that he got in the comments was somebody said, all right, so you tell your daughter this. It's not going to go away. Yeah. So she has a choice in how it gets handled. She can tell you who it is and you can go to the school, or she cannot tell you who it is and you can go to the police.
Yeah.
There's your options.
Yeah.
But either way, it's not going away.
Yeah. We're not ending this with your silence. Yeah, definitely. That's
it. Wait, there you go. All right, that was a tough. That was a deep one for a Monday.
Yes,
I think so. But
Let's
yeah,
hope that we have some
Yes.
good news Tuesday.
Good News Tuesday would be nice. And also, so as we said before, this is our final week of the 30-day challenge. On Friday, we're going to do a special Parenting Conundrum show. So we're going to have like a few of these to go through. If you have some conundrums that you want to send to us, please email, DM, whatever, just send them to us. We would love to hear from you.
Leave them in the comments if you can.
And yes, and please just join us whenever you can this week at 12 o'clock. We would love to have as many people with us for this final week of our 30-day challenge.
Yes. Okay.
Cool. Have a wonderful day. We will see you
Enjoy.
back here tomorrow at 12.
See you
Peace.
tomorrow.
Bye.